your curveball is a banger. Kind of just like, again, cruise into it, you know what I'm saying? You don't got to go out the gates blazing. Feel good. Where are you normally at on the rubber?
First base side.
Yeah. Knuckleball?
Yeah.
You ready? First couple, build into it, you know, feel comfortable, and then we'll go from there. Up, wait. Nice, good spot. Up, wait. The boys said that they want to see it too today if you got it.
Okay.
All right. Atta boy, good pitch. There you go, there's your 2-1. All right, 2 more fastballs, okay? We'll start mixing. Oh boy, good pitch. Oh boy. All right, what's your best off speed? You want to see it first? Let's see that first. Nice, there it is, man. I absolutely love the shape on that. It plays really well off your fastball, high carry. But like you play that fastball up and you're able just to match that curveball relatively similar, I mean, that's gonna get a lot of punchies, man. Good pitch, man. Question for you here. Do you find it better, like if you have like a visual, like let's say we put the dummy in right-hander, do you think it's easier to throw that off of a visual?
Yeah, we can try that.
You wanna try it?
Yeah.
Hey, can we get a righty batter? I just think maybe having a visual could help you just to have some kind of like focal point of like where you're throwing and where you should. So let's just try a couple with that, okay? Nice. There you go. Good adjustments there, right? I think it's just easier to have a visual in there, especially with that kind of pitch. When you don't have anything in there, you can just throw it and you really don't really care where it's going. You have a visual in there, just gives you a better direction of what you're trying to do. Go reset fastball here. Good pitch, man. Really good pitch. That profile, 91, off of the curveball, money. Nice, good pitch. All right, you want to see that split change? Let's see it.
So how exactly does remote coaching work? You will have unlimited access to text and email your coach, hop on weekly FaceTime calls, and receive regular mechanical and training updates. Each day, your plan will detail exactly what to do from start to finish, with instructional videos for every single throwing drill, mobility routine, and lifting exercise. Nobody's going to do the work for you, but we can show you the path to get there. It's your career. Let's get to work.
Okay. Do you normally throw that when you have a righty batter in there? Usually not.
Yeah.
Hey, can we go lefty batter?
But on the righty batter, when I do it, I just aim at his far left to his knee.
Gotcha.
So I just aim at his left knee.
That makes sense.
Naughty.
Using that usually in like even counts, or when are you normally, what counts are you usually using the changeup in?
I'll start it in a count.
Gotcha.
With a lefty, I'll start it all of it.
Gotcha. All right, let's see with just left-handed batter how it plays. Okay. Let me see grip real quick. What are you normally trying to do with that specific pitch and release?
I normally like to do it, just come off that middle finger like that. Okay.
Have you ever played around with moving this finger over and shifting more, like thinking more ring finger? You want to try one?
Try it. Yeah. So good.
Let's see a couple of those before like I kind of get in a judgment on it, okay? Might take a second to get used to, you know what I'm saying? Make it comfortable, but the main focus here is just trying to be a little bit more dominant with that ring finger coming through, okay? Make it comfortable though. So maybe just getting that feel a little bit more.
That's how you get a feel of it.
What about you go?
That finger right there.
Right, and I think if you can get the pinky maybe to kind of come up just a hair,
okay.
That way you're not so down on the ball to be behind it, you can kind of manipulate it with that ring finger, okay? Let's try one more. Okay. We'll work on that. That's our project for this off season, okay? All right, let's call it. You can go shake him up. You can go shake him up. You're a little tired.
Yeah.
I got you. How'd you feel overall?
I felt good.
Good.
Arm feels good.
Dude, I think at the beginning was really smooth. Like a lot of these 90s, 91s, the 92s, really clean.
Yeah.
You know, I want you to notice, like, location-wise, where's kind of predominantly everything out here?
At the bottom.
A little bit low. Has that been kind of like the case the last couple pins, you think?
I've been kind of messing with it because, like, every time like I try to fix it, I put my arm slot more up.
Yep.
It's a strike every single time.
Gotcha.
And I do it again, then I'll go back to the bottom. So I think I'm just like kind of just thinking about it too much.
Yeah, which is probably the case. I think, which is why ultimately I had them set him higher.
Yeah.
I wanted to see how would you kind of manipulate if we did have him higher. What happened when we put him higher?
It would go
way down, right? So there's a couple of things that I have going in my mind. Like, big thing for me, you know, we've been working a lot on kind of the timing of between how that arm's working.
Yeah.
I think at the end, like, it looked pretty tense. Like, maybe you got a little tense and you were kind of forcing it through a little bit. So still working on some of those patterning things that we have been doing in the plyo drills throughout our constraints. We're gonna keep hammering those home. I just think sometimes, just looking at it, it's just really tense very early. And then that's like whenever you land, everything's basically gone at that point, and the timing of it's just a little bit off. So something that we're gonna keep working on. Curveballs, man, your curveball is a banger. It's a really, really good pitch. The thing with those big bangers is that, like, one, with high school athletes, you're probably gonna freeze them a lot. I don't know if that happens here like recently, but like you're probably gonna punch a lot of guys out. I do think it would be in our best interest to try and get a pitch, how we talked about. I'm thinking kind of like a cutter, slider, maybe kind of like a little hybrid of the two.
Yeah.
Have you played around with anything like that?
With a slider a little bit, but I really can't. I don't know how to hold it.
Which one were you
It
trying?
was like, I think it was like this one.
Okay.
And you kind of just put your thumb right there and just go like across.
What was going with that one? It was just popping out or something?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try this fall. Our plan is to work on the changeup.
Yeah.
Again, it's not like you need the changeup immediately,
Right.
but that is a pitch that eventually down the line, you get to Oklahoma, you know, professional baseball eventually. We do have that option. It could be something really, really good. I do think, though, having a cutter could bridge that gap between your high carry fastball and this big, big curveball you have. That's good.
Yeah.
But it could be even better if we have that kind of third option. So now they can respect that pitch more. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
A lot of hitters, they can just sit, like especially the really, really good hitters, they can just sit speed. Like, I'm gonna sit hard or I'm gonna sit soft. So you give them two options to kind of play, especially let's say that you don't have the changeup that day. They can just sit on one and then they kind of get comfortable. You have that third option, or let's say the cutter, we have that option in the middle. Let's say you can command that for strikes. That gets them off of the heater and off of the curveball.
Right.
So it's just one of those things that, again, it's a great pitch and even counts, like 1-1, 0-1, whatever, to get back in it. A lot of guys have success with that pitch, and I think you could too.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, and you've done a really good job remotely, kind of working through some things, but we have a lot to work on still.
Yeah.
This is exciting though.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that we can kind of build off of. I'm excited about it. Sound great?
That sounds good, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother, absolutely, absolutely.